Okay, we're in Leviticus 20 and 5. But we're going to let's start at verse 1. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Leviticus 20 and 1 down. Again, thou shalt say to the children of Israel, whosoever he be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn in Israel. So the strangers that be with us, or the Israelites, that give any of his seed unto Molech, any of his children unto Molech, he shall surely be put to death. People of the land shall stone him with stones. So I ain't dealing with all idolatry. And I will set my face against that man and will cut him off from among his people, because he hath given his seed unto Molech to defile my sanctuary and to profane my holy name, because Most High's name is in our name, Yah, Shar Allah. And if the people of the land do any ways hide their eyes from the man, when he giveth of his seed unto Molech and kill him not, he giving of his children to Molech, and the children of the land know it and hide their face like I don't see nothing. It don't kill the man. Then I will set my face against that man and against his family. Not only the man, but against his family. And will cut him off. And all that go a whoring after him. See, that's a whoring there. And you go after idolatry, following the ways of these other nations, the idols of the other nations. All the gods of the nations are idols. Psalms 96 and 5. It ain't going nowhere. You can look at it. And all that go a whoring after him, to commit whoredom with Molech from among their people, and the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits, and after wizards, you go a whoring after them, like that lady we just read about, that Paul cast out that spirit of divination from her, and they beat him and throw him in prison. I will even set my face against that soul, and will cut him off from among his people. See? Sanctify yourselves, therefore, and be ye holy. Keep the laws and statutes and commandments of the Most High. For I am the Most High, your power. See? And ye shall keep my statutes and do them. I am the Most High, which sanctifieth you, that clean us up from our wickedness. See? Ecclesiasticus 33 in the Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus 33rd chapter. 33 and 19. Ecclesiasticus 33 and 19. It says, give not thy son and wife, thy brother and friend, power over thee while thou livest. I'm telling you, man, give not thy son and wife, thy brother and friend, power over thee while thou livest, and give not thy goods to another, lest it repent thee. You be sorry for doing it, and thou entreat for the same again. Ask for that back, whatever you didn't gave up. As long as thou livest and hast breath in thee, give not thyself over to any. For better it is that thy children should seek to thee than that thou shouldst stand in their courtesy. Better for the children to seek after you for you help than you have to depend on your children for help. In all thy works keep to thyself the preeminence. Leave not a stain in thine honor, in your name. You know, at the time when thou shalt end thy days and finish thy life, distribute thine inheritance. You know? Be ready for that. Ecclesiasticus 6 and 10. Get your stuff in order, he's saying. Ecclesiastes 6 and 10. Again, some friend is a companion at the table, and will continue in the day of thy affliction. Some friends, when you're going through changes, they're going to continue with you. But in thy prosperity, he will be as thyself. and will be bold over thy servants. And when you live in lies and it came up, he will be just like you and be bold over your servants. If thou be brought low, he will be against thee. Hear that? You live in lies, but when you be brought low, or poor, or loose, the lifestyle you was living, if thou be brought low, he will be against thee and will hide himself from thy face. You won't see him no more. Separate thyself from thine enemies and take heed of thy friends. A faithful friend is a strong defense. A faithful friend that's there for you is a strong defense. And he that hath found such in one has found a treasure. See? A faithful friend is a strong defense. If you find one, it says it's man, you found a treasure. But you know it's hard to find. But if you find one, you found a treasure. Nothing just countervail a faithful friend. And his excellency is invaluable. A faithful friend is the medicine of life. And they that fear the Most High shall find him. You fear the Most High, you're going to find him. They're going to be there. Whoso feareth the Most High shall direct his friendship aright. For as he is, so shall his neighbor be also. See? As you are, so shall your neighbor, the Israelite, be also. They're going to be right there with you during the time of your affliction and the time of your prosperity.
Q&A mode on. Participants may now unmute themselves.
Look at Nahum, the second chapter. Nahum, the second chapter. Nahum 2, I'm going to read verse 12. The lion did tear in pieces enough for his whelps, and strangled for his lioness, and filled his holes with prey, and his dens with raven. Behold, I am against thee, said the Most High of hosts, and I will burn her chariots in the smoke, and the sword shall devour thy young lions. And I will cut off thy prey from the earth, and the voice of thy messengers shall no more be heard. Straight up. And you know, a lot of these messengers were not bringing the word of the Most High. They were bringing forth their own understanding, precepts of men. That's why he said you're going to cut it off. Say, woe to the bloody city. Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. See? So, in America is a lion city, a bloody city. How did they get America? They voted for it? No. And our people follow the same suit of, are they getting ready to celebrate 4th of July? It has nothing to do with our independence. We were enslaved. And just a fact, July 4th, 1776. What was your ancestors doing? Oh, he's racist. He's this, that, the third. I'm just saying the truth. You can't be racist because they don't have no power to do nothing to stop people from getting jobs or do the things that can prevent anybody from doing anything. Proverbs 25:28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. See that? You don't have no control over your own spirit. You're like a city that is broken down and without walls. Like America. The city of unwalled villages, it calls it in the Bible. He that have no rule over his own spirit. You don't have control over your own spirit. We like a hot iron seared, as it says. The walls is up, can't even penetrate in or out, because you got you one way of wickedness and evil and destroying yourself. Yeah. What can I say? He that have no rule over his own spirit, you don't have no control over your own spirit, is like a city that is broken down and without walls, without security. Broken down without walls. You can't control your own spirit, he's saying. Sad. That's why you got to have control of your spirit. You can't let nobody take control of you, especially, that's why I say you're going to be beat with many stripes, because you know better. If you know better, then you got to act like you know better and do the right thing. Or get ready for the judgment of the Most High. Fear of a thing to fall into the hands of living power. Don't think that you're going to get away with anything. We ain't get away with nothing. Especially now, this is the last time we have a chance to get it right. It's our last chance to try and get it right. And you going to try it some other way? I don't think so. Better think again, boy. Don't mess with the Most High. We got a Mashiach Shai there to fan them flames away from us. But you see what he did to all the apostles. See what he did to Mashiach Yahushua. Please him, the bruise of Mashiach Yahushua. That's who we serve. Go to Jeremiah 11 chapter. Jeremiah 11 and 1. The word came to Jeremiah from the Most High, saying, the Most High said this, hear ye the words of this covenant, these laws, statutes, commandments, and speak unto the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and say thou unto them, thus said the Most High power of Israel, cursed be the man that obeyeth not the words of this covenant. Cursed be the man that obeyeth not the words of this covenant, this agreement that I've made with the children of Israel, my laws, statutes, commandments, which I commanded your fathers in the day that I brought them forth out of the land of Egypt, from the iron furnace, from slavery, captivity, and bondage, saying, obey my voice, and do them according to all which I command you. So shall you be my people, and I will be your power, that I may perform the oath which I have sworn unto your fathers, to give them a land flowing with milk and honey, as it is this day. Then answered I, and said, so be it, O Most High. Then the Most High said unto me, proclaim all these words in the cities of Judah, and in the streets of Jerusalem, saying, tell us, children of Israel, Judites, Benjamin and Levi, saying, hear ye the words of this covenant, and those other tribes that were with us. Hear the words of this covenant, this contract, this agreement that I have with you, and do them. For I earnestly protested unto your fathers in the day that I brought them up out of the land of Egypt, even unto this day, rising early. He said, even to this day, rising early and protesting, saying, obey my voice. That's what he asked us. Told us. He said, obey my voice. Yet they obeyed not, nor inclined their ear, but walked every one in the imagination of their evil heart. That's why I look at Ecclesiastes 3:24. But many are deceived by their own vain opinion. Worthless opinion don't mean a dang thing. And an evil suspicion is overthrown in judgment. That's why I say their evil mind. The heart is the mind. We read that in Mark 7:21. The thoughts. Yet they obeyed not, verse 8, nor inclined their ear, but walked every one in the imagination of their evil heart, evil mind. Therefore I will bring upon them all the words of this covenant, which I commanded them to do. But they did not. But they did them not. Over and over again, you hear him saying, obey my voice. But we did them not. And the Most High said unto me, a conspiracy is found among the men of Judah and among the inhabitants of Jerusalem. They are turned back to the iniquities of their forefathers. They went back to the wickedness of our forefathers. which refused to hear my words. And they went after other gods, other idols, to serve them. The house of Israel and the house of Judah have broken my covenant, which I made with their fathers. Therefore, thus said the Most High Power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. This is what the Most High say He's going to do. This is why I say we already knew all this. This ain't nothing new. It's new to us, or new to you, that don't know what the Most High say He's going to do, and wonder why it's going down. And some of you trying Him like He can't touch you. Oh, but He going to get you. That's why you don't fear the Most High. He said, look, therefore thus said the Most High, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. That's serious. It say, though they cry unto the Most High. He said, I ain't going to listen to them. That's why Proverbs, judgment, y'all. Y'all think the Most High feel like you feel. Proverbs 1 and 7. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. That's why they ever learn and never come to the knowledge of the truth. Fools despise wisdom, which is the proper application of knowledge, how to apply this in your life as an Israelite, and instructing you how to be righteous, and professing to you what is wicked, or the blood is on you. The blood is on me. I'm going to tell you. That's why, like it or don't like it, that's part of what we have to do. Fools despise wisdom. That's how you know a fool. You can't tell them what's right. You can't give them instruction. Because some of them already went over to the world. They caught up in the world. And the world is real sensitive. Like the brother put out that song, Sensitivity. You know, man, they supposed to be sensitive like that. That's why the Most High said, gird up your loins like a man. But it's all sensitive. And women are sensitive. It's generation, they so touchy. You can't tell them what's right. But oh, the Most High got something to tell you. Proverbs 1:24. He said, because I have called. And everyone that's been listening to the truth, learning the truth, so-called Israelite, Hebrew Israelite, I might say. He said, because I have called and you refused. He said, he called it like all you heard. He said, you refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. So what's his hand? He said he stretched out his hand and no man regarded. Or women regarded. And say no man regarded. What is his hand? He stretched out his hand. Psalm 17 and 14. He said he stretched out his hand and no man regarded, right? He said, what's his hand? For men which are thy hand, O Most High. From men of the world. See? The world of Israel. Isaiah 45:17. Israel is that world without end. So from men which are thy hand. That's why you look at, very important, because a lot of times, you know, we get caught up in this world that's like everybody's the same. Everybody not the same. Listen to Proverbs 8 and 4. Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of man. You hear that? Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of men. That's why a man's supposed to be learning this truth, living this truth, applying it in their life, and teaching it to the children. And the mother's supposed to be doing the same thing for the young generation. These young girls, teach them. You women that know this truth, teach them. Reach out to them. Show them the righteous way. Because it's going to be terrible. It's going to be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Proverbs 1:24. Because I have called and you refused. Refuse. Verse 23 says, turn you at my reproof through this word. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you, and I will make known my words unto you. Hear they said? Hear what he said? He said, going to pour out his spirit unto us, and he's going to make known his words unto us. Because I have called, and you refuse. He calling a lot of you to come out of that darkness, that ignorance, not knowing. There's some of you that know what you're doing, and doing it anyway, for whatever reason. I have stretched out my hand, which is through the men that he called, and no man regarded. But ye have said at naught nothing, all my counsel. This is a counsel that we had today. And we have in every lesson, through the word of the Most High. He said, but you have said at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. That's why the Most High said, hey, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. You think I'm playing? But ye have said at naught nothing, all my counsel. Like that don't mean nothing. I'm going to do what I want to do. Israel always done it like that. I'm going to do how I want to do it. He said, I also will laugh at your calamity. Hear what he said? I'm going to laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. See, people not afraid and scared of the Most High. That's why they do the wicked things that they do and living their life in sin. Or say this is right, and they hear the word, but they do whatever they want to do. They rolling with Satan. They rolling with the devil. They working with the serpent. They rolling with the dragon. They're working with the beast. The system that's wicked, that allow wickedness to go on. All of that. That's how they rolling. That's why the Most High say. But ye have said at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. A lot of times the Most High is reproving people through suffering, through these plagues that he's put on this earth right now, through the diseases, through pain and suffering. And people not taking this to heart. They think they can do whatever they want to do. Most I told us, go to Leviticus, hold that, go to Leviticus 26 and 21. Leviticus 26 and 21. Most I said, and if you walk contrary unto me, and will not hearken unto me, you won't listen to me, so you won't walk contrary to what I'm telling you, and what you heard through the word of the Most High today, and every day that the Spirit is bringing forth his word, precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little, topic-wise, through the Spirit of the Most High, all praise to the Most High. And if you walk contrary unto me, you walk contrary unto the Most High, and will not hearken, listen unto me, listen to the Most High, I will bring 7 times more plagues upon you according to your sins. You hear what he said? So I'm going to bring 7 times more plagues upon you according to your sins. Oh, you think you're going to do whatever you want to do? You want to be a hoe? You want to deal with idolatry? You want to follow some other way? You want to follow some way that somebody done deceived you and following? Like a hot iron, seared when you can't, the truth can't get through, that you can really follow this, ever learn and never come to the knowledge of the truth? Then hey, he said he's going to give you 7 times more plagues upon you according to your sins. Deuteronomy 28 and 59. Speaking of plagues, he said, then the Most High will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and long continuance. Like he got things, diseases that you can't get rid of. A long continuance and sore sicknesses. See, there it is. And sore sicknesses. There it is. Sore sicknesses. And a long continence. It's going to last a long time. Some things they have no cure for. The Most High say he's going to bring this on this earth. Go back to Proverbs. Since you want to listen to him, He got something for you. Ain't nothing we can do about it but try and get ourselves right with him. Proverbs, first chapter, verse 26. Proverbs 1:26. This is what the Most High said. I also will laugh at your calamity. See, I'm going to laugh at your calamity. And I will mock when your fear cometh. Hear that? He said he's going to mock you when your fear cometh. When you get afraid. Calamity means he's going to bring calamities upon you. He's going to mock you when your fear cometh. When you get scared. He said, I'm going to be laughing at you. I'm going to make fun of you. Me and the angels. We're going to have fun when your fear cometh. Look at, hold that. Get Isaiah 66 and 4. Isaiah 66 and 4. I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them. Because when I called, none did answer. You know what he said? He calling you. He's going through all these scriptures, all this time and effort to bring this to you. Because it's needed with our nation. He said, I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them. Because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. But they did evil before mine eyes and chose that in which I delighted not. Like adultery, being a whore, being a harlot, dealing with idolatry, being a whoremonger, dealing with whoredom, and not following the way of the Most High, breaking his laws, statutes, commandments, his rules and regulations. Therefore, Isaiah 65 and 12. Isaiah 65 and 12. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, as he said he called. Say, when I called, you did not answer. When I spake, you did not hear. But did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that within I delighted not. Proverbs 1:26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, like a tornado, like a hurricane. The Most High say going to destroy you like that. When distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me. Distress and anguish come upon you, the fear of the Most High. Because you're going to know it's the Most High. He always said, and you shall know that I am the Most High. When he bring that to you. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. He said they will call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. That's why he told them, look. Hosea 5:15. I hope you hear the word of the Most High. Something should touch your spirit. Hosea 5:15. Hold that. Proverbs, first chapter. So I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense. Till we acknowledge that we have offended the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Till we acknowledge our offense, how we offended him by not keeping his laws, statutes, commandments, and seek my face, because he hid his face from us for not doing what he say do. When he said obey my voice, they would, but we wouldn't. In their affliction, not in love and happiness and joy that everybody want to bring forth, they will seek me early. Oh, it's coming. It's coming, y'all. Some of you ain't been afflicted enough to realize his word is true. And we're going to see who's going to get the last laugh. You or the Most High. Since you want to try the Most High. Wisdom of Solomon 12:2. In the Apocrypha. Therefore chastens thou them by little and little that offend. Hear that? He chastened us little by little, we that offend him, and warned them by putting them in remembrance wherein they have offended. Putting in his mind, he remembering how we offended him by not doing what he say do. That leaving their wickedness, they may believe on thee, O Most High. Leaving their wickedness, their sins, we may believe on the Most High. Verse 1. For thine incorruptible spirit is in all things. Hear that? Most High spirit is incorruptible. You know, that's why you can't be corruptible. Saying you rolling with the Most High spirit and you doing all this madness out that the world say is okay. Going back to Most High said, hey, Hosea 5:15, I will go and return to my place. I'm going back to my place. I'm going back to the fourth dimension. Till they acknowledge their offense. For the third dimension, whichever. Where the Most High dwell. And the angels dwell. Okay? He said, I'm going to go return to my place. Till they acknowledge their offense. We acknowledge the fact that we have not kept the Most High's rules and regulations. And seek my face. Because he turned his back on us. He turned his face away from us. And the heathen know this. These other nations know that. We went into captivity, slavery, and bondage for our iniquity. In their affliction. You hear what he said? In our affliction, they will seek me early. It's going to be sad. When he say, when you finally realize it's the Most High, and you can't, he said, you ain't going to, remember it tells you, you can't escape from the Most High. You realize it. Proverbs 1:26, you say, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. That's serious. When the Most High start bringing you down, taking everything that you have away from you, you're going to call upon the Most High, he say, I will not answer. That means you're on your own. You're on your own. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. So they're going to seek him early, but they shall not find him. That's serious. For that they hated knowledge, ever learning and never come to the knowledge of the truth, it says. They hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Most High. They didn't choose to be afraid of the Most High. They didn't choose to fear the Most High. For they hated knowledge, and it remember it tells you to fear the Most High in verse 7 is the beginning of knowledge. So they ain't fear the Most High. Therefore they're doing the things that's abominable to him, sinning. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Most High, they were none of my counsel. They ain't want to hear this. A lot of people run from this. A lot of you probably going to listen to one thing, hear what it said, I'm out of here, because you don't want to be held accountable for your wickedness. But the Most High see you, and he see that you turning your ears and your eyes away from his counsel. That's why he said, they were none of my counsel. He used man as his hand. And we just messengers, but we still his hand. They were none of my counsel. They despise all my reproof. A lot of you been dealt with. He done put pain on you, trying to get your attention. And you just go back to sleep. It's very important because it's very apparent. It's like something that you watch, because when you're an analytical thinker, you start to look at that and it's like, man, it's written in the scriptures, man, that, look, go to Romans 11:8. It says, according as it is written, the Most High have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear until this day. That's why it's just not for everyone. They say all Israel, not of Israel. This ain't for everybody. Don't get it twisted. It's not for everybody. This is the Israelites. According as it is written, the Most High has given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear until this day. Mashiach told us he don't want everybody to be saved or be converted, that their sins could be forgiven them. That's why he said in 2 Ezra 9:22, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain. Some people are born in vain. They born for that number for the Most High to call the 2/3 of our people that's going to die. He's going to put the death in the fire. That's their destiny. We can't change that. And David said, let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense unto them. Let their eyes be darkened that they may not see, and bow down their back always. Make them have a hard life. Oh, but they don't see. Most High be jacking them up. And here they go. Once they got healed, the next thing you know, they back doing the same thing they were doing, falling into the traps that the world have them. You go to hell with them. That's why I say you go to hell any way you want to. Don't try and take me with you. Or those that's trying to make it to the kingdom. This ain't for everyone. Understand this. Proverbs 1:30. They were none of my counsel. They despise all my reproof. You try and tell them what's right, they get an attitude. Therefore shall they eat of their fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. Just like we did. We sat down and ate and prayed when we came out of Egypt. Moses went up to get the commandments of the Most High, and we started doing all this whoredom. You know, dealing with things. The playing is dealing with, you know, all kind of sexual acts and all kind of madness we started doing around that golden calf. Talking about this is who brought us out of Egypt. Wickedness, all 12 tribes involved in that. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them. Hear that? You're going to be slayed by the simple. And the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. Hear that? Prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely. Hear that? You want to follow the Most High? His counsel, his rules and regulations. You've heard it. I mean, you can just type in his subject matters and on my YouTube page, Freestyle Wham, and generally something's going to come up. A lot's been covered. But whoso hearkeneth unto me, all praise to the Most High, shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Hear what he said? It's very important. But whoso hearkeneth unto me, you want to listen to him? This could be your last time to listen. Because it's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the Most High. When he visits you, he said you ain't going to be able to escape. You heard that. When he touched that spirit that you got in you, you ain't going to be able to escape. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. You know, the Most High, this is beyond your imagination probably, but the Most High can make us invisible. Where he say, when you please the Most High, he make even your enemies at peace with you. That's what he said. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. That's what he said. And it's written. Go to the Job. One place it's written. Job 5. I believe it's Job 5 and 19. Job the 5th chapter, the 19th verse. Look. Job 5:19. Yeah. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee, if you hearken to his voice and do what he say do. In famine, you know it's going to be the lack of bread and great tribulation. In famine, he shall redeem thee from death. When there's food shortage, people don't have food, he's going to make sure that his elect have food. 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel. In famine, he shall redeem thee from death. You know, people are going to be dying from food shortage. And in war, there'll be wars on this earth. From the power of the sword. In war, from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue. So you're going to be quiet and have peace. You don't fear the evil. Whatever they saying, you're going to be hid from it. Neither shall I be afraid of destruction when it cometh. For destruction coming, y'all. He already said he's going to get them like a whirlwind. He gonna tear their butts up just like a tornado coming through. Thou shalt be hid from the torch of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh. I mean, we're gonna be married. Most High will. You continue to do what's righteous in the eyes of the Most High. Repent and come back to the law, statute, commandments of the Most High. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Go have wild animals eating people up. What happened to them? He just came out of nowhere. Just like when the 50 children was calling Elijah, oh, bald head, you bald head, calling him bald head, right? Moses had 2 she-bears come out of nowhere and kill 50 children. Oh, y'all don't know about that, huh? Y'all better understand. The beasts of the earth, they're going to be hungry too. And the beasts of the earth is part of the Most High's spirits. Those are his spirits, y'all, that he going to use. Listen, Ecclesiastes 39:28. There be spirits. These are angels. Spirits, invisible spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Come on, I made things visible and invisible. I want to see what y'all gonna do when the invisible come and deal with you in working for the Most High, bringing forth his vengeance upon you. Let's see how smart you are then. There be spirits that are created for vengeance. You better hear this, brothers. Which in their, and women too, which in their fury they lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction. Remember, so the Most High say, gonna destroy you. Your calamity. Like a whirlwind, he said, hey, in the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. They're going to appease the wrath of the Most High for vengeance. What are they? Fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. What else? Teeth of wild beasts. Like you say, the beast's going to be eating people up. Teeth of wild beasts. What you going to do when they come for you? And scorpions, serpents, poisonous snakes, and the sword. Modern day sword is the guns, punishing the wicked to destruction. So he's going to get you. They shall rejoice in his commandment. They're going to be happy to kill you. And they shall be ready upon earth. They're going to be ready upon earth when need is. And when in their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. You hear that? When their time is come to bring forth the vengeance of the Most High, they're not going to transgress the Most High's rules and regulations, his commandments. They're going to do exactly what he wanted them to do. You ready for that? That's why it's important that you see this, understand this, and follow what it is that will allow us to be protected in these last days. Or if you got your own way, let's see if you can go another way outside from the way the Most High is telling us. Especially we that have been had an opportunity to learn this on such a high level and dealing with these spirits in high places that some people saw like they fools. Look, speaking of that, Proverbs 10 and 18. Let's look at verse 17. It says, he is in the way of life that keepeth instruction. Hear that? You can be led into everlasting life if you can keep the instruction of the Most High's word. But he that refuseth reproof, error. You refuse reproof, you error. He that hideth hatred with lying lips. You really don't like somebody, you hate somebody. And you lying, perpetrating a fraud. And he that uttereth a slander is a fool. especially on the righteous men and women of this truth. You're a fool. And the multitude of words they wanted not sin. But he that refraineth his lips is wise. Meaning you don't have to speak so much in every situation. You know how to refrain your lips from speaking is wise. They say the tongue of the just is as choice silver. The words of the just is like choice silver. The heart of the mind of the wicked is little worth. You hear that? The mind of the wicked is little worth. Because they're not going to bring forth learning, living, and applying this truth in their life. One way or another, you're going to find that they're going to fall off. Because it ain't in them. Ever learning and never coming to the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the truth. The Most High's laws. You know the truth is what? Gotta bring it. Psalms 119, 142. That righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. So, Proverbs 25, 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. So you got to have control over your own spirit. Or you like a city that has no security. If you can't control your spirit and allow somebody else to control your spirit, you really weak. You really, really weak. 1 Kings 14. I'm almost finished, y'all. I know some of y'all probably can't hang, but it's okay. Take your time and go over it. 1 Kings 14. 14th chapter. So he's all over the Bible. Yep. The Spirit is leading. 1 Kings 14 and 22. 24. And Judah did evil in the sight of the Most High, and they provoked him to jealousy with their sins which they had committed, above all that their fathers had done. But they also built them high places and images, and groves on every high hill, and under every green tree. Just wickedness, idolatry. And there were also sodomites in the land. You know? Sodomites, men with men, women with women, in the land. And they did according to all the abominations of the nations which the Most High cast out before the children of Israel. See? Wickedness. They did according to all that the Most High told us not to do and not to be a part of, the nations that the Most High cast out before us. Go to Deuteronomy 7th chapter. That's what he told us. Verse 1. When the Most High thy power shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, land of Canaan, and have cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites and the Girgashites and the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. 7 nations greater and mightier than us. And when the Most High thy power shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them. He said, we shall kill them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt not make no covenant with them, no contract agreements with them, nor show mercy unto them. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. You're supposed to marry them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. This interracial marriage is destroyed right here. Why? For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So idols. Remember Psalm 96 and 5, for all the gods of the nations are idols. So will the anger of the Most High be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. That's why we destroy it. And to this day. But thus shall ye deal with them. You shall destroy their altars. This is what he told us to do. Destroy their altars and break down their images and cut down their groves and burn their graven images with fire. Get rid of everything that they believed in. In other words, all the idolatry, get rid of it. Why? For thou art an holy people, Yasharala, unto the Most High thy power, your power. The Most High thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. How special? Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. See? So he told us to do that, but we didn't want to hear it. We want to do like we want to do. Go to 1 Kings 15. We want to follow the way of the heathen, learn the way of the heathen. It's a snare unto us, a trap. 1 Kings 15. We're going to read 11 to 14. Verse 11. And Asa did that which was right in the eyes of the Most High, as did David his father. See? He's doing what's righteous in the eyes of the Most High. And he took away the Sodomites out of the land. So he took away, got rid of the Sodomites out of the land, and removed all the idols that his fathers had made. And also, Maachah, his mother, even her, he removed from being queen. Stop her from being queen. Shut her down. Because she had made an idol in a grove. And Asa destroyed her idol and burned it by the brook Kitron. But the high places were not removed. Nevertheless, Asa, heart or mind, was perfect with the Most High all his days. See? He was a righteous. So we did have righteous men that came into power. Ezekiel 16. Ezekiel 16. Ezekiel the 16th chapter. Look at, let's start at verse 1. It say, again, the word of the Most High came unto me, saying, Son of man, cause Jerusalem, we the Israelites, to know her abomination, her wickedness, and say, thus said the Most High power unto Jerusalem, thy birth and thy nativity is of the land of Canaan. Thy father was an Amorite, and thy mother a Hittite. All right, because he told us to get rid of them, we follow the same way as them. And as for thy nativity, in the day that thou was born, thy navel was not cut, neither was